Hello guys, TKG is here for your comfortable LostArk life. In this video, I'd like to cover one of his class engravings of the Aeromancer, as the video in my channel has some old introduction and editing, so I thought it'd be great to remake it, like the recent cover video. Now follow me, I'll show you what you need. Let's start with the basic of this video. Class engraving I'm going to cover in this video is DRIZZLE. And before I show you the combat stat build, one thing you have to keep in mind is that DRIZZLE has a great efficient with the specialization. So mostly, I think that DRIZZLE is quite forced to use the specialization due to its coefficient. And unlike the Windfury Aeromancer do use the umbrella skills as her main DPS and sub skills, DRIZZLE Aeromancer is quite a true Aeromancer because it is using the weather skills as her main combat skills. And the DRIZZLE does use the identity as a damage amplifier due to the tripod steam control. So actually you need the identity on your skill and damage circulations. Not to mention the identity Sun Shower takes up about 10% on the skill damage proportions. So what is different with the Windfury Aeromancer identity? Well, the Sun Shower duration lasts longer and the area effect is wider than the Windfury Aeromancer. And here's the good news for the Aeromancer players. During the patches that was live on May 8th, 2024, Aeromancer skill damage was increased to 4.6%. Personally, this buff won't make your DRIZZLE from upright fighters to crew fighters, but surely I think the damage increase was quite good. Especially, I think, well, kind of weird, for the Windfury, I think it was changed to quite good. Well, I think the combat stat and the engraving build is quite fixed for the DRIZZLE Aeromancer. Currently, Grudge, Hitmaster, DRIZZLE is fixed to use, and you have to choose it from the Crystal, Kimble Weapon, Adrenals. On the Relic, I suggest you to use the Kimble Weapon and the Adrenals, and then upgrade to Ether Predator or Adrenals. And I think the best build on the 5-3+1 engraving is Kimble Weapon, Adrenals, Ether Predator, or the Kimble Weapon, Crystal, Adrenals can show the decent performance too. And as I mentioned, DRIZZLE Aeromancer combat stat and the gear set is quite fixed to use. Building the Aeromancer combat stat is quite simple. You have to use the specialization on every accessories and use the critical necklace is everything on the DRIZZLE Aeromancer combat stat. Also, the hallucination is our main gear set. Skill structure of the DRIZZLE Aeromancer is quite capable on managing and maintaining the hallucination buff. So hallucination is quite fixed and efficient during the gameplay. And if you use the conviction and judgment as I do, MP management can not be that picky. And come to think of it, nightmare efficient are relatively less than the hallucination, so I recommend you to use the hallucination for the smooth and efficient gameplay. And our skill composition can be summarized like this. I think currently these 6 skills are quite fixed by most of the DRIZZLE Aeromancers, which the main DPS skills, Whirlpool, Scorching Sun, Wiping Wind, and the main identity supply skills, Rainstorm and the Strong Wind, and the Sinners, Counter Skill, Spread, and the MD2 skills are the option of your DRIZZLE Aeromancers. I think it is a preference, but I think most of the DRIZZLE use the Tornado, which Sinners and the starting point of the Conviction and Judgment combo, and the Flexible or just Movement skills are commonly used on the last 2 empty skill spot. Well, and I heard somebody use the Spring Breeze and the Thick Fog for the combination, but I think I saw this build not that often on the actual gameplay. Or change the Spread tripod to Current Occurrence and use the Piercing Wind Reversal as another main DPS skills, which quite improved the DPS of the DRIZZLE, but I think it was requiring another gem, so I think it is quite picky to handle. So, conclusion, skill build of the DRIZZLE Aeromancer can be like this text box. Well, my recommendation was the first one, which the Fly and the Tornado, but if you wish to do the variation for your skill composition, try to choose it from these options. DRIZZLE is really easy to understand and play, especially the structure of the skills and its circulation is really easy to manage during the gameplay. So even with the specialization and the critical build won't make that hard to control and manage during the gameplay. Unfortunately, positioning of the DRIZZLE among the other DPS characters, she is more like sitting on sub-damage characters. Sometimes, I mean mostly, it is hard to be the main damage dealing characters even you squeeze your whole main skills. And of course, it has some quite long downtime compared to the Windfuries. And above all of the main skills are capable on the stagger gimmicks. So sometimes if you want to do the major role in the stagger gimmicks, you are forced to give up the DPS part. And just like the third Deathblade, she has not many options on the destruction too. And unlike the first concept design of the DRIZZLE Aeromancer, I mean, it said it was designed as a synergy DPS characters, but I think the synergy is also quite ambiguous. Well, this is my personal experience and opinions, maybe you could feel different than I do. Core mechanic of the DRIZZLE is identity and go. Mechanism itself is quite simple. All you have to do is apply the identity and throw everything during the Sun Shower uptime. One similar thing like the Igniter Sorceress is that you can squeeze the Scorching Sun twice during the identity uptime. Like if you turned on the Conviction and Judgement buff, and using the Sun Shower Scorching Sun will apply the Scorching Sun with the Conviction Judgement buff, which increases the cooldown of the Scorching Sun. And this will lead to 2 Scorching Sun during the identity uptime. Also, the DRIZZLE class engravings will change the effect in real time. I mean, the Rainstorm, which was used first, and the Whirlpool that was used for Judgement will get the DRIZZLE buff at the last hit if you turned on the Sun Shower. For more details, Rainstorm, Strong Wind, Tornado, Whirlpool, and the Sun Shower combo takes up about 4 seconds. So if you use the Rainstorm and the Strong Wind before about 6 seconds cooldown left for the Scorching Sun and the Wiping Wind will make you use the skill combo without waiting. Also, the tripod on the Strong Wind Stream Control and the Whirlpool Steam Gain is also great to use it for the insurance. If you do that, it will give you the cushion when you miss the Strong Wind. Awakening skill of the DRIZZLE is Nara's Blade. Well, because of the insurance that supply the identity. Nara's Blade will give you the quick boost for your identity, but also can be a great insurance when you are in the situation that you have to rush your old combo. Skill combo of the DRIZZLE is quite fixed and really easy to understand. Pretty obvious start with the Rainstorm and the Strong Wind, which supply your identity, and then you have to get the Conviction, Judgement, and then turn on the identity. After that, pouring everything you have is a key combo of the DRIZZLE. And as I said in the core mechanics section, if you wish to hit the ceiling with the DRIZZLE, you need to squeeze everything you have. If you wish to use the Scorching Sun twice in this identity uptime, you have to use the Conviction, Judgement, Sun Shower in orderly fashion. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching everyone, and always thanks for your big support. Hope this video was a little help for your LostArk journey. Hope you do well with your Aeromancer with this video. And of course, if you like my videos, hit the sub for more upcoming infos. I'll come back with more useful infos in the next video.